let's pretend for a moment. Let's pretend for a moment that you are having a temper tantrum every single day and you didn't even know it. So imagine yourself in the kitchen and you're really craving a food. Let's just use chocolate, for instance. Every time you give in, you are having a temper tantrum and you don't even realize it. So imagine that thing, that person, that place, that situation that you give into, even though when you know you do it, it's causing your life harm. Let's just use that chocolate example, for example, and just put your arms up like this and go, I want my chocolate. So that's like every little 3-year-old that you can imagine is kicking and screaming on the floor, and the parent finally gives in because they just can't take that temper tantrum anymore. When you are doing this to yourself, it doesn't look so dramatic, but in your head, it's kind of like, I'm an adult, I don't have to report to anybody else, and I deserve that. Well, that is an adult version of a temper tantrum, and you give into these temper tantrums every single day. So what if you could just like step back and observe yourself for a moment and go, oh, yep, I'm having my temper tantrum. Now, according to Virginia Satir, she stated that we have 4 coping stances to dealing with life's temper tantrums. The first one, put your hand on your hip, point over there, not at anybody else, and say, it's all your fault. That's called a blamer. We will blame people, places, situations, and things. And we'll even blame ourselves, but it's still a coping stance. The second one is called the placator. So put your hands up like this, like you're talking to another human, and say, I'll do anything for you. I'm just here for you. And in that one, we also have the martyr. You might recognize this one. Put your hand on your forehead and say, I couldn't possibly take care of myself because I have all these other people and things to take care of. The third coping stance is called the computer. So cross your arms like this and put one up like this and go look down your nose and say, well, if one were to analyze the situation, one would find. And these type of people, they're so smart and analytical. This computer coping stance, they'll find a smart reason to let themselves off the hook, like maybe Dr. Google, or they'll find so-and-so wrote a book, and because I have X, Y, and Z, this is the reason why I have this problem. And it's almost like let the smart reason let them off the hook. The last coping stance, it's the most fun. Well, maybe just the most fun for me, but kick your foot up to the side, just step it up to the side, and then stick your thumb out, and then stick your tongue out, and say squirrel, and go chasing after something sparkly. That one's called the distractor. So it's not that we're any one of these coping stances. The truth is that we will blame, placate, compute, or distract, and we'll just like jump from each one. And your job now that you realize that these coping stances are being used is to step back and go, okay, how can I level with myself? How can I surrender my previous position now so that I can begin to create the life that you want? You have to start taking action to stop that temper tantrum and begin to formulate, how do I want this to go? How do I want this to go? What would my life look like, sound like, and feel like if I did the things that I needed to do to create the life that I desire? You'd have to stop using these coping stances and surrender that position, level with yourself to begin to create the life that you desire. And that is the first step in taking action, deciding, what do I want? And what would my life look like, sound like, and feel like if I got exactly what I wanted?